Hi, we are in a series where we are looking through the eyes of fear. And we're talking about what can happen if we're not careful and we misread the circumstances around us. And we choose to allow the circumstances to cause us to be fearful. And if we do, the trouble that we're going to get into. The first thing that can happen is if we choose to look through things through the eyes of fear, we'll get stressed by conflicting information. Go back again, Numbers 13, where we were talking about the spies that came out. There was a conflicting report. We entered the land you sent us to explore. It is indeed a bountiful country, a land flowing with milk and honey. But the people living there are powerful and their towns are large and fortified. Now that's in Numbers 13, verses 27 and 28. What they were saying is the promised land has all the food the Israelites could want. It has all of those good things that God had promised. But, and again, when you throw the but in there, that's always going to be something behind it that's going to cause a problem. But there are fortified cities. Fear puts but in the middle of the report. And what comes behind the but is usually an excuse. If God is going to use you, if you're going to survive and thrive and discover the promised land that God has for you, then you're going to have to lose and get rid of the excuses. And so my hope is that you will be able to cut through the conflicting information. And if you are hearing information and what you're gravitating toward is the information that scares you most, take a deep breath, take a step back, and see if that information is conflicting. And if it isn't, then you might have something to really be honestly afraid of. But if there is a conflict in there, don't be afraid to embrace the good thing that you hear. Don't be afraid to embrace that powerful moment that's in there. And look at your circumstances, driven by faith, not fear. It helps you cut through the clutter and find truth in the midst of misinformation. I look forward to joining you next time. We'll talk more about looking at life through the eyes of fear.